Cashflow J.
Let's Goddess. How are you doing?
Oh, wonderful. Oh my God, I never had no one to call me Miss Goddess before. I feel so special today. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Pleasure too. Thank you for
So
having me.
you're very welcome. So we're here on a preserve in Virginia, not too far out. It's not home to you because you're from the DMV. We're a little further south, but I thought this was just so beautiful and it would capture everything that's fresh that's happening inside of your career right now.
Absolutely.
You have major things going on, and the reason that I'm standing here is because you're going to be opening up for Bandhunta Izzy and Tate Kobang, who just recently got signed to Nicki Minaj. So you're going to be in the building with big voices, people who are big stepping. Tell me what that means to you.
It means a lot. I've been working real hard. I've been working for a long time, a lot of years, trying to put in all the keys and elements of life into it. It's been an ultimate grind. It's been a whole different lifestyle change. I just want to go out, perform, let people hear what I got. DMV's got a whole different sound of music, so
Absolutely. I've been banging to your music. I always like to be prepared. You were definitely a new artist for me because I've left the DMV area and I'm returning. So it seems like everyone is coming home. We have those that's out there in Atlanta that's returning to Baltimore. And here you're stepping into a new lane. You're definitely going to be a different sound. There's a mixture from, you take it from the north all the way to the south. Tell
absolutely.
us what that transformation has been, or is this something that we can expect when we purchase an album?
Um, it's always changing. Whenever something comes out, everybody wants to jump on the hottest beats, the hottest sounds. They want to work with somebody. Everybody's got to do the same thing. I like to do my own thing. So sometimes, if it's something that's on my mind, you can expect that. I don't like to stay with the same sound all the time because music's always changing. So
Hmm.
I want to always not necessarily stay current, but I like to play around a little bit. That's how I put it. Just it could be expected, but it doesn't have to be. To be
You do talk about love break or heartbreak,
all everything. I talk about everything.
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 Is there
Everything.
someone special in your life right now?
Absolutely not. My family. That's
Yeah,
about it. My family.
I hear that a lot. Is that because of the career that you're in, or you have this focus? Um, or when we hear from you we could just hear from what you're going through at that moment. I think that your content is actually evergreen, and meaning in the sense that I can listen to it. If it would make sense to me yesterday, it would make sense
In the
two
future,
years yeah from
yeah,
now.
trying to
Exactly.
make it classic and everlasting, timeless.
Yes,
You know.
timeless.
Yeah, talk about a lot of heartbreak and stuff like that. Those are just things that go on at the moment, but they all play a part. It's more like a documentary than it would be like an album. So you wouldn't necessarily want to convolute your life as you're progressing forward. You would
Hmm.
want to leave different marks about things that is going on at different points so you can reflect. Because if you don't have nothing to reflect on, that means you're not doing it right.
And we do have timestamps when it comes to your music,
Exactly.
and so it's a journey that we get to follow you
Experience.
or experience. I
As I'm
love it.
changing, you're changing. So we're all hearing different changes that's going on at the same time. So it might be something that I might have said during early COVID, but if you're on the spiritual note that I might be on when I'm writing and rapping that, then you might get it then when it comes.
Right.
But you
And if
might
you're
look,
late in the game, you
you
might
could
have
go,
to listen to
yeah,
I like it.
you
Did
know
you
what I'm
hear
saying?
that?
It gives it that classic element that sometimes music misses, but we're still keeping it with the other sounds that people want to hear inside the club and they want to hear on the
Savor, look at the fresh paint. They like it how fresh a J. I don't play. If I'm in the game, I know what the ref would say. Promoter let me rap with extra space. Mike Killer, Tyson Pay. She won't ride me like I ride the bass. She won't get wifed up, not today. Look at the fresh paint.
So, listening to your music, there is definitely a New York vibe. Does it come from any place?
It comes from where I used to listen to music from. I used to grow up listening to a lot of old school rap with my pops. After a while, I started listening to other things that was in my phones and that I started to pick up from my friends and whatnot.
Where's your pops from?
My pops is originally from New York. He's
Oh,
from Queens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's listening to the Queens music.
Yeah, you know.
Were you born in Queens or here in the DMV?
I was born in Queens, but I grew up out here in the DMV.
Okay.
Yeah. Queens is where I like to be, but I like it out here too. I love the DMV. The DMV is that shit. Oh,
Yes, it is. No, you can cuss on here.
all right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, the DMV that shit.
All right. So, Lloyd
Banks.
Banks.
Yes. One of the favorites, absolutely. Would definitely do a track with Lloyd Banks if he wanted. If he,
You'll bring them back.
Hell yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Drop a couple jewels, keep it fun, keep it spiritual all at the same time.
I love it.
Give him something new. Give him a type of new production that he probably hasn't yet touched, even as old as a rapper as he might be. No disrespect to the age, but being an artist and having a lot on your mind for a lot of years is a very difficult thing to do.
Right. So you started at 12.
Producing, but rapping I've been doing for a couple of 3-4 years now. It's maybe 2018, 2019.
And you did the marching band.
Back before then, back in high school, probably 2014 to 2018.
For everyone who's thinking that you're just going to come up and become a rapper, it takes work. It's training of the ear of music. The same way that you train your mind with math, I imagine that you would do the same thing.
Same thing. Same way you work in English to learn all the words that they're going to test you on, what this means. Same way a doctor would be tested on what type of words would mean in their field is the same way we use different words to describe different things that's going on in the everyday lifestyle that we use. So if someone says something as little as, instead of for sure, they say for sure, you could use that too. That's just
a funky way.
You know what I mean? Add
of
it,
saying
spice it up, mix it up.
Spice it up. And so we have your music, and I've listened, and you have it categorized from year to year. So it's like going through a personal journey of yours.
Absolutely. It's not just like listening to music on an album. It's more like listening to somebody's journey that you embark with it. Although you could take each song individually and you could listen to them that way. That is why I put them out as all singles, because you want to listen to a bunch of jewels get dropped all the time. I want to go out sometimes. Sometimes I want to have a good time.
I could boogie down and dance to your beats and your song.
Thanks.
I could.
You hear that?
But it definitely is. But the Jews are definitely there, and I love that you say that. What brings that together for you?
I listen to a lot of different music. I hang out with a lot of different people. I grab a lot of different jewels as I go along, because sometimes we're having a conversation with somebody and then they might completely switch up topic, but then go back to what they was originally talking about. And then you might somewhere in that conversation see how the two of them correlated, which it might not be so ironic why they did that. So at the same time, little things like that, if you're able to mix them all up together, it adds a different perspective on how you can stay consistent with everything that's going on in the everyday as you transcribe it.
I love it. And you are a storyteller.
Thank you.
That is another aspect that comes from when I see from the North, when there's stories that's told.
Yeah.
Are these personal stories of yours or things that you have seen?
Absolutely. Both personal stories, not only that I've seen, but as I go through them, I'll write them down in different forms. Sometimes they get held on to until it's the right time to make that track, because there's different emotions that get built up every day, but sometimes we don't address them.
So this journey that we're embarking on is a personal journey. We can track the time. And even though I may not be here where you are in 2020, with the latest one that I seen was 2022. Is there a 2023 track out?
There's gonna be a couple of them coming out very soon. I've already been working on 2023. We're almost ready into that summer weather, so it's time to get the sundresses on. Everybody get ready.
I have my sundress on.
Absolutely.
And I am ready for June the 11th. Now I'm gonna be running across the stage and getting that good footage of you guys. But I am ready for the summer, and I'm sure we all are. Now, you drop every week.
Absolutely. It's almost like Good Friday, but the better Fridays.
The better Fridays. I love it. And so the better Fridays come, You would drop between that Thursday.
Between Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes if it's late, it'll be on Monday, but guaranteed there'll be something coming out. If I'm at a show, if I'm touring, you'll catch that video in replacement. If I happen to not drop a song, sometimes I drop a song and I do them both. I might drop a song while I'm out there, so you can catch me. You better stay tuned.
Something new, something new. Okay, I love that. And then if we're not caught up and we're going on this journey, I can go back because
Absolutely.
you have timeless music.
Of course, thank you. I appreciate that.
The beats are timeless. The message is timeless.
Yeah.
So this has to be more than just about music.
Way more. It's an entire lifestyle thing. It's not just something that you just step into because somebody thinks it's cool. It's something that almost you get brought into, kind of, sort of, in a way, because you can create your own path. That's why I'm independent for real. So I've done shown that not only can I help, but I can create for myself and I can create for others.
I think the most major, the most important fact of life, and if you grasp that early, you'll be well off. I don't care what craft you go into, that we all are creators.
Absolutely. Creators of our own universe. So if somebody want to do something else other than what we're doing right now, they can do whatever. Free will runs everybody, but you don't want to let it take you too far off, because that's no different than if I make it and then I spend all my money. Useless. I worked for nothing.
So this is building wealth. Is it for a generation? Do you have children or?
Nope, no children, but I'm creating for when I do have, if I do have, so that way not only my family that's prior to me, myself, those after me can also be secured as well.
And so you're single?
Yes.
Do you hear that, ladies? He's single.
You know.
Are you looking for the right one, or are you right now just focused on this creation, this brand that you're building?
I'm really just focusing on getting the job done, doing what's going on with the brand, making sure my entrepreneurship take off. But you know what? There's something slide by sometime, I'm not gonna deny. So
Okay. Y'all better watch out. He's coming to Baltimore, okay?
Catch me out there in Baltimore. I might be there for a long time or a short time, but it's gonna be a good time.
A good time. Right. So, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Independent for real records.
Yes. Lots of work put into it, lots of time spent, lots of hunger, just putting everything that you can into something that you really love, whether it be somebody that's a mechanic or somebody that's a doctor or somebody that wants to open up their own business to change the betterment of the industry that they're in and those around them.
I love it. So it's with a cause, okay?
With a cause.
With good change.
Of course.
Good energy.
Of course, absolutely. Because sometimes you might catch me at one of these shows and I might be with the other artists and we're having a good time. It's not just because we're there, we're also bonding. We might future work on something, but that future something we work on might create positivity for those around us. So to meet them on that initial note, you want to leave off where you met off.
When it comes to the energy exchange, it seems like you are a very spiritual being. What makes you that way?
First, I want to thank God. Second, I want to say my family, because although it's very difficult to maintain both of those and all the things that life throws at you, it's good to remind yourself of all of them because they all play different parts. So that creates that for me.
I love balance. I love balance, and I'm a hard worker as well.
It's good to have like a nice flow.
But you need to have that flow. You need to have that love coming in, that discipline.
You gotta love yourself sometimes too, because it'll tie back in.
Always. I feel like you always have to love yourself first. God first, and then yourself. Because if you're not together, what can you share? I have to have something first to give it to you.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So what are you giving to your fans through your music?
Man, I'm giving them all types of jewels. I'm giving them good vibes. I'm giving them good times. You can listen to things that have been heard by people that you haven't even met yet in places that is too powerful and too wealthy for you to be at. All those jewels will help you get more money.
I love it.
All those jewels will help you get further with other relationships you build. You know, I talk a little bit about heartbreak. I talk a lot about getting money. I talk a lot about different relationships and endeavors, not just love, but other friends as well. You know, you can get all types of things. I drop a lot of jewels on how to focus on yourself, because those are things that in our generation right now we're seeing a lot of not, if that makes any sense. A lot of people are not taking the time to work on themselves before they start working with other people.
And it's
whether it
not
be
in
on
the
anything.
music
It has-
as much either.
No, it has nothing to even do with the music, but it transcribes over. So if you're doing things like that with people when you meet them and then you go make a song, we'll hear it. We'll hear it. The keywords ain't gonna lie.
The keywords.
The keywords.
What keywords should we look for?
For sure. Catch Cashflow J June 11th. I'm gonna be in Baltimore. I'm gonna be opening up for Bandhunta Izzy at Niers' birthday party. You can catch me at the Safari Club. You know, independent for real. That's how we like to keep it. You know, we like to work on ourselves, get that money. You know, cash flow.
And listen, guys, you heard it here first. Kingdom Building Spotlight just brought you another banger. Okay, with Cashflow J. See us there on June the 11th. Peace.